All right, everybody, buckle up. Today's deep dive is a little meta, a little different. We're dissecting a podcast, but hey, you got to start somewhere on this whole personal finance journey, right?
Meta indeed. It's like we're going one level deeper.
Exactly. So this new show, Global Cash, catchy title, they're making some big promises right out the gate.
Yeah, it sounds like they're aiming to be the one-stop shop for all things personal finance.
From what I gathered from the first episode, they're tackling smart investing, the wild world of crypto and blockchain, even how the global economy, all that big stuff, trickles down to your everyday money decisions.
Yeah.
Ambitious. What do you make of that, trying to cover so much ground right away?
Honestly, I was skeptical. I mean, each of those topics could be its own podcast, right? But what struck me was their emphasis on accessibility. They really hammered home this idea that you don't need a PhD in economics to understand this stuff.
Which is crucial for a beginner, someone just starting their financial journey. I mean, were there any hints of actual actionable advice, or was it mostly high-level stuff?
Good question. They did mention wanting to guide listeners on building an investment portfolio from scratch, which I thought was smart. That's usually step one for a lot of new investors, figuring that part out.
Building that solid foundation, yeah. Did they at least touch upon any of the, fundamental concepts you need to grasp early on?
Oh, absolutely. They talked about compound interest, which is like the golden rule of investing. Money making more money on top of the money it already made. It's that snowball effect everyone wants, right?
Okay, so they're not shying away from the essentials. What about the whole cryptocurrency angle? Because, let's be real, that's what draws a lot of people in these days.
For sure. And they know it. They specifically mentioned Bitcoin and Ethereum, which, I mean, those are kind of the rock stars of the crypto world at this point.
Did they, dumb it down at all? I'm picturing someone who's never even heard of blockchain before trying to wrap their head around it.
They actually used the phrase ELI5, as in explain it like I'm five, which I got a chuckle out of. It shows they're trying to keep things light and approachable.
That's a good sign. But then, for those who aren't complete newbies, was there anything to keep them engaged? Beyond the very basics?
Well, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? This first episode felt very much like an extended trailer, which, don't get me wrong, can be effective. It's all about building that intrigue, right?
Exactly, right. But it does come down to this. Is Global Cash going to walk the walk after talking the talk? Will they back up those promises of actionable advice, or is it all going to stay very surface level?
And that's why you got to listen for yourself, right? To see if their style clicks with you. What are you personally hoping to get out of a finance podcast?
Exactly. What are your burning money questions? Because maybe Global Cash has the answers. Or maybe it'll lead you down a whole other path of financial discovery.
Either way, keep those investing goals in sight, and happy listening.